Image editing models can modify, change, and edit images, like NanoBanana 2 and Qwen Image Edit. But what about video editing? Yes, there are models for that, such as Capybara. But today, we'll take a look at a video-to-video workflow using LTX 2.3 with an editing LoRA. Let's edit this car driving through the desert. I'll enter the prompt, replace the orange car driving in the desert with a school bus. Look at the amazing result. The orange car is seamlessly transformed into a school bus. What's especially impressive is how naturally the school bus blends into the footage, making it look as if it was part of the original video all along. Next, let's try this footage of a woman sitting in a car. I'll enter the prompt, change her white shirt to a pink sweater. Look at the result. Her white shirt is seamlessly transformed into a pink sweater while maintaining the natural appearance of the original footage. What's impressive is how well the edit blends into the video. It looks as though the footage was originally filmed with her wearing a pink sweater. Next, let's try this. Footage of a dog walking along the beach transform into a tiger. But that's not all. What about changing the color of a car from gray to red? Or in a dialogue scene, changing the background entirely? What about adding crowds behind the characters? Or even transforming your friend into a monkey? All of these edits are possible with simple text prompts. I've included the prompt instructions and several examples in the workflow so you can experiment with your own footage. What's even more impressive is that you can completely change the visual style of a video with nothing more than a prompt. You can transform the look, mood, and overall aesthetic while preserving the original motion and performance. Here's another example. In this fight scene, I can change her costume to red, add a soldier to the scene, or replace and add crowds in the background, all with a simple prompt. This is video editing with AI, just like image editing. You can add, remove, replace, and modify elements using nothing but text prompts. And here is my workflow I created. I want to point out a few changes I made to the workflow. The default workflow provided by the developer did not include a second upscaling pass, so I added one to help improve the final output quality. I also removed the fixed resolution setting and replaced it with a custom resolution option. This lets you render at almost any resolution you need. For the resolution value, use the longest side of your target video. For example, if you're rendering at 1920 by 1080, simply enter 1920. You can use the chart here as a reference for other resolutions. Also, make sure your source video has an audio track. If it doesn't, the workflow may throw an error. In that case, you can generate a new audio track here, or use the original audio from your source video. One thing I found really interesting is that you can also use this workflow to generate sound effects and music for your videos by creating a new audio track. This could be very useful for movie projects, especially if you need quick sound design, background music, or scene-specific audio. I haven't explored it fully yet, but it's a surprisingly interesting feature. A lot of you have asked whether my channel is really demonetized, and yes, it is. Here's the screenshot. The channel was demonetized because of another related channel. It was a pretty demoralizing experience, and honestly, I almost gave up. At one point, I was even preparing to tell my Patreon supporters, "Thank you for all your support, but I don't think I'll have time to continue doing this anymore." But then I started reading some of your comments, like these, and it made me think again. If people genuinely appreciate the content and find it useful, then maybe it's worth continuing. Even if I'm only helping a small number of people, that's still something meaningful. So I kept going. I started sharing more free workflows with the community. But as always, there will be a small percentage of people who complain. Some say I'm lying. Some say the workflow doesn't work, even when the other 99% of users are saying it works great and thanking me for sharing it. Others claim I stole the workflow or that it's a ripoff. And for those saying this workflow is a ripoff, if that's what you believe, then feel free to download and use the original workflow instead. Then I may simply make future workflows available exclusively to my Patreon supporters. Either way, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.